Hi everyone, I hope you've been well. Welcome to my channel, Ladies After God's Heart, a Candid Talk. And today we are running a series called Precious Ladies, Waiting on God's Time to Get a Mate. And today I'm very lucky to have one of our own in our church at Agape. She's one of the newest couples in town, and I'll let her introduce herself. She's going to walk us through the journey and share with us some insights of how she was able to wait on God and how she was able to wait for the right mate until they were able to say I do. And let me give her the opportunity to introduce herself, and maybe she can start by telling us what she does for a living. Karibu, and kindly introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Nekesa Baraza. You can also call me Mr.Liutomia. I'm married, I'm saved, I love the Lord.
Wow.
Today we are going to talk about waiting upon the Lord.
Yes.
And you'll be glad to hear this. Marriage is an institution, it's something good, it's something enjoyable. I think every lady is longing to be in marriage, everyone is longing to be in marriage. My journey was not that good.
Wow.
Yes, my journey was not that good. We dated for a long time and we were almost giving up.
Oh.
Yes. I met my husband, I think 6 years ago.
What?
When I was in campus.
I
was doing diploma in business management. So one day we were in school attachment. I saw him. Actually, my boss introduced me to him.
Wow.
So I was taking him through. I was doing the orientation. So when I saw him, I just felt he seems to be good. Yes.
Wow.
So then my boss asked, did you know this guy? Actually, we came from same campus. He was doing bachelor, I was doing diploma. So we didn't know each other, but we're in the same department. So when he came, you see, sometimes you have that feeling, we call it instinct. It's good to trust your instinct.
Yes.
And it's good to listen to your instinct. So when I saw him, I just felt he seems to be a good guy.
Yeah.
And remember, back in campus, I was in many relationships. So when I was getting, first of all, you have to know why you are getting into a relationship.
Yeah.
So my main aim of getting into a relationship was a relationship that will last into marriage.
Yes.
So when I met these guys in campus, most of them they were just passing time. It was just like a transition. Then someone wants you to take him through the journey of school. Then
like good time. And then they are like done with you or something.
So when I was still I didn't meet, before I met my husband, I was not saved. I was going in a Catholic church. So I was not saved, but deep down my heart I was longing to be saved. I was doing things against my faith, that was Catholic. So in campus I did the relationship. It wasn't lasting even for a month. I could just date a man maybe for 3 weeks, then I see this one no,
there is no future.
No, he's not the one. So I got the next relationship. The same, it didn't work. So this one, the next relationship I tried, it took almost 6 months. But the guy was after something else, so it was like hit and run. So I didn't like the way people were behaving. So my relationship in campus was not that good. So until I went to attachment. So at that time, now I went to see you in campus, got saved. My friend took me there. I got saved.
Wow.
I started praying.
That's such a nice report.
Yes. So I prayed to God. I told God, now that I'm saved, God, just answer my prayer. Just want a good and caring man, man that will take me through. Just a good man, not a person who is not saved. And I gave God my conditions. So when you give God your condition, He'll give you exactly what you want. So you just trust in Him, and God will do what you want to do. Just have that faith. So I went to campus. I told God, I don't want someone from this school, from this campus, and I want someone who is trustworthy. And maybe the only place I could get a man, maybe it's an attachment, job, or church. Those were my 3 places where I could get a husband. So I said, when I go to attachment, if I don't get anyone, I'll be patient. Maybe when I get a job, I'll get someone. So I went to attachment for a month. Then my husband came after a month. So he was new. So when he came, the boss came, introduced me to him, and he asked, you know this guy? I don't know him.
You have known him when he's just been...
Yes, and he's come from your campus. And I didn't know. And then, okay, we are in the same department. Maybe because he's doing bachelor and I'm doing diploma, we don't know each other.
Probably.
And remember, at that time, my husband was a politician at school. He was
the noisiest.
Yeah, he was the popular. And imagine I didn't know him.
How come?
How come? Because I wasn't that active. But then I wasn't that active. I was that kind of a girl. People used to tell me I'm old-fashioned. So you can't interact with many girls. You just know campus life. When you come from village, you're just that like an innocent girl. You are not exposed to things. So I didn't make many friends. I had few friends. So when we talked, when the boss introduced me, we were like, okay, and he said, I want you to
take him around,
show what you've learned, and how things are done here.
Probably to do him some orientation.
So he once told me after we met, after we talked here, he also told me that when he saw me, he just felt this lady, she must be my wife.
Oh Lord.
So
see how God works in
sure. So when we met, we took like 2 weeks. We used to be friends, and he was really, really polite. Really polite, and he had this bossy life.
Bossy and polite?
Yeah, bossy and polite. Like, he could just watch you like this, you talk your stuff, you do this and this, you teach him, you do. We are recording like this. Okay, I know. Okay, like so you make me to be like a fool. But I didn't complain. So we became friends. Actually, I was his first friend from the group.
And let me ask now that you had told us you gave God some specific conditions. And one of them, you didn't want somebody from your school. And here you're on the...
You see, at that time he hasn't spoken anything. You're just good friends.
So you did feel like after now you both told you were from the same school. You did feel me, I don't.
No, you see, the instinct just told me, this is not the right person. I was like, I wish you could just come and approach me. You see, many ladies, we do say love at first sight. Yes, you just see someone and you wish it could be yours. So things went like that. And I just started praying to God. God, I've seen this man. And it sounds fun.
Secret admirer. It happens all the time. Do you know it happens to us all the time?
So I was like, God, I really like this man. I just wish that he could be my man. I just want such a man in my life. And and Henry was that honest and principled. So my friend used to mock me. Hey, I've seen you have new catch. I've seen you do not. My supervisor also. They're just enjoying me and telling me the stuff of things. And I was like, hey, you just joke around and one day I'll call you for my wedding.
Wow. And it sure did happen.
So, and the guy was, what's wrong with this girl? I haven't spoken anyone from where it's just boasting around. So one day,
so you're boasting like that when Henry is hearing.
So we used to make jokes and fun. So my boss, my supervisor once told me, hey, you look good together. And I was like, okay. So just making fun,
Yeah.
not taking things
Yeah.
like serious.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I think at that point, even when you're saying that, sometimes there's a way faith. There we are usually told you like, if you want to become a wife, you start behaving like a wife. So even
Yes.
those the way the Bible says that there is power in spoken word, I believe
Yes.
even that at that point when you're telling these guys, you're joking too.
Yeah.
And then you
see, I had that
you're
confidence.
feeding that,
Yeah. But then my faith
was-
was on another level.
Yes.
Because
Mm.
everything that I do, I always speak like a joke.
Yeah.
And I mean it, but it comes to pass.
Wow.
So I had this faith, and this man. So one day, on a weekend, I remember it was Madaraka Day. So I remember it was Madaraka Day. It was on a Friday. So we didn't go. It was a public institution, so we didn't go to work. Yes. So I was at home, and he called me. Can you take me somewhere? It was a class rep in their class, so they were going for a burial, a friend's burial. So he asked me, he texted me and asked me, will you take me there? And I was like, okay, because I've got at home, let me just go. Yes. So we went. Yeah. After coming, so we were with his friends, and his friends asked him, who is this? And he said jokingly, my wife to be. Jokingly. And I was like, okay. Okay. I took it lightly. I just smiled and yeah.
But deep down in your heart,
I just felt good.
that is your desire. But of course, you don't want to show it on the face.
Yes. So we just became friends, and so one day he was serious. Oh, me I want a serious. So he was the one now giving me condition. Me I want a serious girl, a very polite girl, a person who, when we are in a relationship, the relationship will get into marriage.
Yeah, as in you purposeful. He wanted an intentional relationship.
Yes.
Wow.
And he gave me that chance, like, if you're not serious with this relationship, if you think this relationship will not lead into marriage, please don't waste my time, and I don't want to waste your time.
Wow.
And I was like, thank you, Lord. Wow. So now, confirming to God, is he the real man for me? I went to prayers. Yes. I fasted. That was my first time to fast since I was saved.
Wow.
I've never fasted.
And let me ask, now after you told me you got born again, did you start I know you gave God conditions for your husband. Yeah. Did you start praying for him like right then, or now you started fasting at this point when he started showing he looks like he's the person?
So before knowing that he's the person, I was just praying to God and asking God and trusting God that she'll give me someone that I want. And in every prayer that I used to pray, just be, God, give me first of all, an educated man.
Of course.
Just give me an educated man, because the background that I come from, they value people who are educated.
Education.
So I prayed to God. That was my usually prayer. I was always praying for that. So when she showed interest in me, I went to God again. Asked God, God, if he's not the one, please let us just break. Just find something that will make us break. Wow. So the more I pray we break, now I wasn't praying for the relationship to work. I was praying the relationship to break, because if he's not the real person. So the more I pray, the more the bond becomes strong. The more I pray, the more the bond becomes straight. Wow. So I told him once. Nice. Yes, I told him once. Have you ever prayed about a relationship? And so he told me, I'm also praying, if you're not the right person for me, let us not go to another extent. So we were like battling with prayers. I'm praying so that God will just draw him far from me
if he's not the right one.
Not the right one. So the more I pray, hey, the more is coming. And the more he's just coming, and he was that patient. He wasn't that kind of a man like, I want to sleep with you. He was patient. Wow. And I really thank God for that.
And I was going to ask you, now that you have mentioned about him not being that person who asks for sex. You see, for us as young women, and especially ladies, we get into those relationships. Yes. And you get this man who is the way you're saying the hit and runs, somebody who is actually interested in having sex.
Yes.
And for Henry, was there any time where he like tried to invite you to a date, or you go for a date where like you guys are putting yourselves in a compromising situation, or you guys from the word go you are able to like agree with one another that we are waiting on God until the right time? Or what is it, what are the measures that you put in place to ensure that you didn't find yourselves in that compromising situation where you would fall into temptations and then much later you start regretting?
Now you remember, among his friends, he was the only one who was saved. You can imagine. He was like an old-fashioned guy among his group.
Yes.
So when one day his friends tried to influence him, how can you be with a girlfriend? You're not sleeping with her, and you just know this is campus. You are trusting that she'll be your wife. Maybe after graduation you should disappear. So you see that influence.
Yeah.
And he will come and tell me, hey, but he had this friend called Paul. But I was with Paul. Anasema, alikuwa ananichosha. Do you think the right thing to do? Nikamwambia, what do you think?
Yes.
He has told you. What do you think? So I think one day the devil to the devil we met. Yes. And I was making moves like, you see, moving closer to him.
Yes.
And he's just going
runs away from you.
Yeah. So I thought, what do you take me for? What do you take me for? I'm a woman. Nambia, no, this is not the right thing. So he told me, like, with the family that I come from, we are saved. We believe in marriage. We believe in sex after marriage.
Yes.
Don't be in a hurry.
Yes.
So it was like, for me, it wasn't like that I really wanted sex. It was a test.
Yeah.
Me was testing.
Oh, you were testing?
Yes.
Oh, thank
I was
God.
throwing
now
myself.
I was starting to get worried.
I was throwing myself to him
Yes.
to see if he will fall into that.
Oh, into the trap.
Yes. Me, I was
now
trying
you're
to
testing.
Yeah, I was trying to test. And I was throwing myself to him kabisa. To manage the situation. Thank God for that.
Yes.
So when he explained to me, and I was like, okay, if that's what you want us to be, so okay. So at a point I told him, I'll quit this relationship because you're not treating me. So you see, that's a test. You're not treating me as a woman. You're not taking me out. When we come, we just talk about future, projects, school projects, and some other stuffs. Me, I don't see if this relationship is working. And he told me, listen to your heart. Do what you want to do, but me, I just know you're the right person for me. Not unless my God is lying me. Yes. To him. I trust God. Me, I'm trusting God that you're the right person for me.
Yes.
Not unless. Yes. Let me go and ask God again. Yes. So that went on and went on. He passed the test. Yes,
but now you didn't feel worried that now you're testing now. Feeling it was like you're really going overboard. You were not scared.
Me, I was not scared. You see, like angekubali, ningeji distance. You see, bado ningekuwa na hurt his feelings. Yeah?
Yes.
So when he passed the test, and I was okay with that, we continued trusting God, having more visions together. We talked. I remember one day the boss that introduced me to him, he told me one day, you people, when you just get married, you'll be good couples. Hey man, amen to that. Yes. So our relationship was not that good. Sometimes we are quitting, we are breaking, we are stopping. It had ups and downs, but the Lord was so faithful, because me, I've never prayed and God has never answered my prayers. Every time I prayed, God, let's do this. And sometimes I just felt like Hindu was too harsh on me. He could tell me, let's meet. We agree, let's meet at 2. He treated us at 2. I called him. I've changed my mind. I will not come.
Oh Lord.
Me, I'm just trying to test. And I just wanted to see what kind of a man he is. Yes. Making a date, I failed to appear. Setting a date, I failed to appear. I remember one day he told me, "Are you a house girl? Are you a house girl to your
Why you
Yes.
made him go through so
Yes,
much?
he asked me if I'm a house girl. I treated him bad, by the way.
What?
We never met. We were talking over the phone, meeting over classes. Maybe he has the same lecture, so we'll meet the same compound,
Yeah.
apartment. That's the only places we could meet.
And you did feel like you wanted him to take you out for dates as you.
May don't know what happened to me. I wasn't into that.
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't into that.
But he was able to stand the test of time.
Yes, me I wasn't by there. He could tell me, "Oh, let's meet at this hotel."
Yeah.
And be okay, I'll come. 2 hours the agreed time. I thought, I don't see if I'll make it. Me, I'll not make it. Yeah, so we just dated, but our relationship was fun. We didn't have these dates of going to cooking,
Yeah.
meeting.
But all this time you're doing that is to test him.
Yes, I wanted to see.
How serious he is.
Yes. So we never went for dates.
Yeah.
And that's why I was just testing him.
Yes.
To see if he would just spoil me. You see, we had stories in campus. Stories. Or someone goes out. Sijamekewa nini kwa food.
Yes.
Akaenda na yes. Those
So
stories.
you were scared.
I was scared.
Yes.
And remember, I wanted to be seen as a good woman. You see? It wasn't a pretense. Actually, that's just my nature.
Yeah.
It wasn't a pretense.
You didn't want people to see you as a bad girl.
Yeah, I'm just dating him because he's taking me out, because of his money, because of class, friends. So I wasn't looking because of that.
Yeah.
I was looking for a husband. I wasn't looking for just a man to take me through this. We used to call it actually boyfriend or transition. This season 2 to shule, then God will give me another man. No, so that wasn't my point.
Yes.
So he passed the test. So we started agreeing. Sometimes when we meet, we decide to meet in open places. But to inangusha youth, having secret dates. Yes. Not telling your friends where you are going, not telling the person you are living with where you are going, not notifying people where you are going. You see, it's good when you are going for a date with a man. You just tell your friend, "Hey, we are going at this place. Kindly, you can also hang around and watch us. You never know, because you can't trust everyone." So when you used to call me, I remember, "Hey, my sister, sasa ni yetu kwa tunatembanga." No, single like my Kibeti. My sister was like a Kibeti to me.
Your real sister.
Yes, my real sister. Yes. Everywhere we go, and hey, on Saturday Henry has invited me for a date. Are you coming? Yes. So it was like, I remember even Henry asked me one day, "Am I dating your sister or what? Or I'm dating two of you?" Because everywhere we go, I was with my sister. So sometimes we can't talk about our own things together. We just talk general things because we are having my sister. Maybe we could talk in text, phone. So people used to tell me, my friends, that, "Hey, this guy no nakanga aje, boyfriend yako hata nikaa ananga pesa." Si outgoing, because our relationship was boring. Because he wasn't taking alcohol, he was saved, he was conservative. The same way to me. I don't go for outs. The late out nights.
So now you're here dating, you're born again, but your friends are not born again.
My friends are not born again.
Wow.
So you can imagine that the things they are doing opposite of me.
Of you.
And I want to keep them.
Yes.
I can't now. So the challenge that I was going through was, how do I pray God?
Balance between
how
your friends,
we are friends, my relationship, and my God.
And how are you able to keep these friends of yours who are not born again, and at this point now they're telling you don't go out? So how are you able to keep them? Because I believe, like what I know in campus, you have them, they want to go out for dates, they want to go out on a night date, and you're here, so and you're not going for those dates. So how are you able to keep those friends?
me I used to talk about relationship.
Yeah.
So I start asking them, who fanya nini kwa relationship? Who unaangalianga nini kwa mwanaume?
Yeah.
So unapata me udate tu penye itatufikisha. Oh, me just do this, just do this. So walikuwa wanafanya vitu vice versa of me. But I used to tell them, know your future, know your value, know what you want in your life, and try to trust in God. And there was this kind of friend of mine alikuwa anaitwa Charity. That guy. Yeah, sasa nilikuwa naona mimi hata rafiki yangu ni mshamba wa washamba. Yeah, yuko outgoing.
Yeah, and of course they would share their stories. Would they like share of how they are?
Yeah, you see, in a series of friends, even there's always a best friend. When even you are 5, there's always a best friend. So she was my best friend, and remember, she's not saved. So one day akaniambia, Jessica, bidai mimi napenda tu relationship yako. Haina kelele, you don't quarrel with each other. You don't fight, you don't have like your relationship is just smooth. Are you sure the guy is cheating on you? Because you are living like don't care. Henry akae 1 week hajani call me, I'm okay with that. I'll not complain. The same way to him, because to him he feels he's sure. As for me, I just feel I'm sure about that. So when it happens nimpate with someone else, maybe he wasn't meant for me, and maybe God took time to answer me. So sometimes me I tell you, know what you want in relationship, and learn to have faith in God, learn to talk to God, because God never disappoints. He gives you what you want, and there's power in your tongue. Whatever you utter, whatever you tell God, and you trust him, you believe in him, surely it will come to pass. So as we went like that, like me, I used to accept all names that I used to call. I was called mshamba, ako tu, ajiktu anataka, ajai date, ajifanya innocent. He's just pretending to win the guy, and that went on. Now we have graduated, and he has come to Nairobi and still in Western. Hey, a long distance relationship.
What?
Yes, now he has come to work. Me, I'm there. I don't know if I'll get a job. I don't know. I'm just there. So we used to talk. Sometimes he tell me, I'm busy. Calling him, I'm busy almost for a week. I go tell my aunt, maybe boyfriend yangu alipata kazi Nairobi, and I don't talk. You always tell me I'm busy. Sometimes I used to cry. I cry.
And at this point now you've fallen in love with him. Now you know he's the guy.
All and your I'm
hopes,
turning out
all your thoughts.
Like,
if anyone asks you like for something, utamwambia me I'm dating.
Mi nilikuwa na turn off wote. I have a man. Even my aunt, I remember one day, I told my aunt, my mother-in-law to be is very sick. Aunt yangu like, look at, leo mtoto anasema nini? Sasa niambia nini? And things went on like that. And one day I went to visit him in Nairobi. Actually made me to move to my brother's place, so that
is he the one who invited you to Nairobi?
No,
you're the one who brought yourself.
I just pushed myself. My brother was staying in Nairobi, and I said, hey,
naenda,
I must follow my man. I must follow my man.
Anyway, now you had fallen in love. This was love, true love.
Yes. And for my brother, ilikuwa ina sound funny that I'm saved. Yes, he was always telling me, so Jessica, unaenda kufungua kanisa. So Jessica, unaenda kuoleka na pastor. With this man number 2, you can't think.
He's driven you crazy.
Yes. And I was like, we are trusting God, we are going to have a very big wedding. So my brother, umeingia box, promise a wedding ama nini, but near to faith, because from Nikigrow to me, I used to say, hey, me into a wedding. I had my theme color in your wedding.
In your mind.
Yes, my skirt like, okay, let me say like a joke. Kona theme color, kona everything, and kona picture ya everything. Ni mwanaume unangoja. So that kind of a person. Me, I already knew what I wanted if I have a wedding, what it was. So it was just a matter of praying and praying and praying. What I can tell you, kuwa tu prayerful. Alafu usisikize watu sana, usisikize your friends, usiwasikize sana. Just follow your heart, and sometimes ni vizuri sana if you believe in your instinct. Nasemanga instinct ya mwanamke inakwanga strong sana. So you just trust your instinct, pray over it. Aki Mungu can't disappoint us.
Wow, for sure God cannot disappoint. You've heard, that is Jessica's story. Do you feel challenged like me? Hey, are you in a relationship that is intentional, or you're just dating for the sake of it? Are you praying to God for your husband to be? Do you have a picture of your wedding in your mind, or you're just waiting for a husband? Picture yourself in Jessica's shoes. Imagine you have friends that you want to keep, but they don't approve of your relationship. What would you do? Do you relate to Jessica's story like the way I'm relating? Imagine dating when you're not born again, getting those hits and runs relationship. I know as ladies we can relate, so let's open up and be candid about it. They are there, and how did you handle that situation? So let me hear your comments, your views about Jessica's story as she continues to encourage us. So we are still not yet done with her story, we still have more, because as she said, her relationship was not that good. It was filled with hurdles, and there were battles to fight. And imagine one of them, now after campus, Henry comes to Nairobi to work, and Jessica is left. And then it becomes a long distance relationship. So she's going to take us through and tell us how she was able to handle that, and even to an extent where the relatives didn't like Henry as per se. So please stay tuned, don't touch that dial. Let's meet here for our next episode, where we will be going through the story, or rather the journey of how now Jessica was able to reach the point of saying I do. And even COVID happened. There is so much, so don't keep that dial. Let's keep it locked, and don't and thank you so much for listening in, and for even watching the video. And don't forget to give it a like if you liked the video, and also click on the subscribe button below, and also on the notification bell, so that each and every time I post a video, you're able to be notified for you to view it. So thank you so much, I love you so much, and bye bye for now, and let us keep it locked, and may God bless you so much, and may he fulfill the desires of your heart. If you're longing as a woman to go down the aisle, for sure, if you're intentional, if you give God your conditions the same way that Jessica did, for sure our God is faithful, as Jessica has told us. You just need to trust in God, and for sure your man is somewhere there. So start praying for him. Thank you so much, and may God bless you.